Hello, it's Sunday, and I'm heading out to Playwrights Roundtable Summer Shorts, which I'm sure I will share to you all of the things that I see there. I'm very excited about it. Yesterday, I went to Writer's Atelier and went to a write-in there, and I filmed that but didn't post it because that's basically all I did yesterday, and it was a short video. So right now, you can see yesterday's adventures, and then when I finish my drive, you can catch back up with today's. So the writing is finished. I didn't film during it because, you know, I was doing that thing where you're writing, which I guess is the point. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm here. But there's a whole crowd of other people now. Everybody okay being on video? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
This, and hold on, I'll pan the other way. My hand doesn't bend like that. This laptop, like, can we just admire everything that is happening here? It's incredible. And the front of her laptop is like this too. Yeah. So, it's beautiful. Yeah, a sneak peek of whatever it is she's working on. This place is great. I'm having a great time. I really did have a lot of fun at the Writer's Atelier yesterday, and I'm definitely going to be going back for some of their other stuff. Maybe a class. Maybe just for some of their other free writing times, because having other people pressure me into writing means I actually write, which is pretty brilliant. And now I'm at, one of my favorite places in Orlando, which is the Orlando Shakespeare Theater. I'm gonna go watch a bunch of short plays for Playwrights Roundtable. All right, it's intermission, which means I've seen 4 of the 8 shows. There are a lot of other lovely people here, and I recognize half of the people that are listed in this program, I think. That's what Fringe does to you. Also, Ed's here, and I'm sitting next to him, so it's a good show. All right, so 4 shows, which ranged from like campy and hysterical to super crazy dramatic, because they don't do anything in half measures at PRT. So it started off with Kate's show that she directed. David Strauss wrote it, called, I'm looking at the program because I don't remember any of this stuff. So it is Premenstrual Syndrome, which was about a world where guys had their periods, which I found really, really funny. Mostly, I really liked the idea that men would name all of the period products after like action stars and movie stars, because that would happen.
The Rock and Matt Damon.
Yeah. Although Matt Damon, really? like I don't know. That's just not a choice. Especially because it was like John Cena, who's a professional wrestler, The Rock. I can't remember who the other one was. Oh, Chuck Norris. And then Matt Damon. Which maybe Matt Damon's the softer, gentler product? I don't know. Dating Through the Decades, which is written by Ken Levine? Debatable. Which was the 50s? Started with the 50s, is that right?
58.
Yeah. So, a couple, not really dating, hooking up. A couple hooking up from the 50s through current times. And it was like, first at a soda bar where she was like, oh no, I don't really do that. And then like free love of the 60s. I don't remember what the 70s was. The 80s was them being too busy, so they had to like plan everything out. The 90s was like a .com bubble. The 2000s was, he was an assistant to a star, and she was a hooker. And then the current one was just them staring at cell phones and having a communication completely via text, which I think is an oversimplification as somebody who lives currently, but I have been to places where people spend their whole time on their phones. Case in point, here I am talking to you instead of these lovely people right here. So it's maybe a fair assessment. Then The Elusive Pursuit of Maximum Bliss, which is a Ken Press play, which is gonna be one of my tops because I love his writing style. I love the way he does things. It's a futuristic show where everybody wears these bracelets that show you how happy you are. It was like a Black Mirror episode. I really enjoyed it. And they're trying to look at all of the alternate realities to figure out what makes a person 100% happy. And it was cute and sweet, and BJ directed that. BJ's super talented. as a performer, I don't think I've seen anything they've directed before. But as a performer, very talented. So I enjoyed that one. And then The Eumenides Come to Montgomery, which was a super dramatic piece about freedom riders and racism and some of the issues facing clearly a Southern mother and daughter. That was very, very heavy, but very well done and incredibly well acted. Also, I'm always impressed when somebody knits on stage. So that's it. Those are the 4 so far, and I've got a whole nother half to go. The show is over now. The second half was like more balanced as far as comedic and dramatic goes, because there were a couple of comedic and a couple of dramatic. So we have Manhattans of Montclair. Montclair? Things I don't know how to say. Part 2, which was a more serious piece about an older couple and some extramarital affairs. It was a very well done piece. The guy who's in it, Mark Davids, I didn't know his name, but I know his face and have seen him in a lot of things, and he did a very, very good job. I also like the timbre of his voice a lot. He has a unique voice.
He's the one guy that wears a bow tie a lot. And even knows how to untie it.
Yeah, and he was wearing like an untied bow tie in this piece.
It was tied when he came in.
Really? I missed that. Man, impressive. And I'm sure tied it again. So that one was really, I thought that one was very good. Andy's List, which is the one that I knew all 3 actors in, people that I've worked with previously, all 3 of them. And it was a cute little piece about people trying to make a living after their jobs have been taken by technology by just like doing odd jobs. And I super relate to that at the moment as somebody, doing odd jobs and trying to get by. So thought that was good. Sister of Experience, back to drama. Was a meeting between a father and a sister about a discussion that a sister had with a young girl about abortion, and the conflict between the father and the sister, who thought that the sister thought the girl should make her own decision, and the father obviously following the views of the church. Thought it was a very well done dramatic piece.
A point, the father and the sister, ecclesiastical father and sister.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's fair.
And sister.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Religious terms for a priest and a nun.
A priest and a nun. There you go.
And then the final script, which is a Tracy Jane script. I love Tracy Jane, obviously, because we've done her show at 10-Minute Tuesdays, which I asked for specifically. This one was called Build-A-Bob. It was hysterical. It is a futuristic story of a girl trying to build the perfect boy robotically, and I also knew several people in that script, and it was very enjoyable and very funny. So overall, I laughed a lot. I enjoyed the drama highs and the lows, and had a really good time at PRT. The script. So there were awards. So I've come to several PRTs, but never to this one, the Summer Shorts. And at the Summer Shorts, they do an awards, and Build-A-Bob, Tracy Jane's script, swept the awards. They got Best Direction, Best Script, Best Ensemble, and Best Play.
Ta-da.
Just cleaned house and got all the candy. Yeah, way to go, Tracy. And also Vanessa, who directed, and all the people who acted in that piece. Good job. I'm gonna head home. I'll see you tomorrow. Wanna blow a kiss?
Okay, sure.